Hi, welcome back. All right, for this video, we're going to talk about how to move your hobby writing to paid writing. Woo! Yeah, you want to get paid to write? Ooh, that's so awesome. My name is Alna from alnakane.com, and I'm going to teach you if you enjoy writing, like your poetry, or you like to write essays, if you're in school, all that stuff, or in college, you enjoy writing your stuff. But how do you turn all of that essay writing into something that you can get paid for that? I'm going to show you one way. Of course, there's other ways for sure. I do know that you can get paid for fiction writing. That is possible, but I don't do that. I do have an expert in my freelance writing group for Write Your Way to First 1K do a talk. So she definitely dropped some valuable links for getting paid for fiction writing. But for this video, I just want to talk about sort of the hobby writing that you do maybe on the side and how you can turn that into a legit gig, like paid writing. All right, so I'm going to go through some steps to help you through that. Let's get right to it. The first step is to let others see your writing. You have to share it to get some feedback from it. I know that's like the first scary step. I know that's like one of the biggest steps, but it's okay. In the beginning, not a lot of people are going to see it unless you actively put it in front of people. So my suggestion is to try something like Medium. Medium is a great platform. I'll show you real quick what Medium's all about, but you can get started there for free and you can start writing your stuff, and you will find publications that you like to read that maybe offer writers so that you can write in that publication. I do have a video on the top Medium publications that you can start writing for, so make sure to check out that video after this one. But let's go take a look at Medium right now. All right, this is Medium. I have a profile. So down here is where my profile is. So I'll just go to it. I was able to upload a nice banner. I have a nice little bio here. If you want to get started on Medium and you want to turn your writing into paid writing, you can declare yourself as a freelance writer if you want, but you don't have to in the beginning. You can just put your likes and dislikes. I like to write about, or I love writing about such and such. I love to drink coffee. And if you want to read more about such and such, I'm your gal, I'm your, buddy, I'm your man kind of thing. If you want, go take a look at other bios and see what they have that's sort of geared for the writers and not generally into the paid writing, that they don't have a service to offer. And you can craft your bio that way. Mine is definitely, very much for paid writing. So you can get to that point, but in the beginning with Medium, you don't have to do that. You can change this. I've changed this several times. And then you can just start writing. Here is a little icon to just write. And it's a nice user-friendly platform. You can just start writing your title, telling your story. You can add images if you want. Right here in this icon, you can source images from Unsplash here. So if you're writing, let's say, about some life changes, you can talk about a woman on a mountain and see if there's anything like that. You can find a nice picture right here that's sort of thoughtful, and then it's already attributed by the person, and you can start writing about from your perspective as maybe you had a big life change and what that meant. Topics like that, personal life stories, do well on Medium. If you can write about your life story on your profile, you will gain a readership quickly, and then you can slowly pivot and try some things to get paid to write kind of thing. All right. But Medium is sort of your friend, and I wouldn't try not to be afraid to share your writing. Everyone has a voice on Medium. There's so many writers, and it's a helpful community for writers. So I would definitely start with Medium. All right. The next big thing to help you go from hobby writing to paid writing is to learn about content marketing or content writing in particular. So what I mean by that is you are no longer, even though I just told you on Medium to write about your personal life, in content writing, you are writing to help others. So there's a big difference there. So even if you want to write about, let's say, your Disney trip and you want to share what you did with your family, if you want to do content writing, for example, you would frame it differently for the person. If let's say you had 3 children and you were able to pack everything and organize a good trip and there was no meltdowns, then you would find the benefits of what you had in your writing and those pain points and form a nice blog post. So if the pain points are, people struggle with kids traveling in the car, people struggle with meltdowns with children, and you've found a way, then I would use that as a blog post, 5 tips to conquer the road trip to Disneyland or something like that, where, you are telling them some tips, some benefits of why to read this post. That's a big shift in your writing. Whereas Medium, you can focus on personal stuff. You can, people love topics about how I did this, how I made this, how I ate this, like they love that. But if you want to turn your writing more into paid writing, I would start dabbling into content writing. I do have a video on the differences between content writing and blogging, or even content writing and copywriting. So check those videos out. Start thinking about that. Content writing usually have lists. They're list posts. They're informational, educational posts, how to. So if you can master a listicle, if you can master a how to, then you'll do well. Even on my Medium profile, if you follow me on Medium, you can see what content writing is all about. So if I go to my profile, you can see here is a big list post. All right, even though it's helped me, this is personal, I sort of blended two together, but this is more content writing where I didn't say how I earned, but how to earn. So this is a how to, this is another how to, again, that's geared for someone else. And here is another how to. This is my most recent one, the perfect welcome email to introduce your creative brand. So even though this is for someone else, I did write this as what I did, but the title is for everyone else so they can learn from me. Medium, again, is different. Even though I do content writing and I try to help others, you do have to infuse your own story. So you can learn that style of content writing for sure. It's a great content type. Writing leadership content like that pays very well. One of my recent clients loves leadership content. So you can demonstrate that on your Medium profile, meaning that you're sharing your experience to help others is leadership content. You excel in one area. So if it's like horseback riding, or if it's like knitting or crocheting or gardening, you can pick a hobby and be the expert in that and share some cool stuff that will be leadership content. And that does well. That's a nice blending of content writing to get paid for writing. Make sure that you read up on content writing and what that is. You can check out my videos, like I said, at the end of this video. All right, the next way you can turn your hobby writing into paid writing is to do guest posting. Now, if you don't know what guest posting is, it just means that you are putting your content or blog post on someone else's site. And you might be thinking, well, I'm already doing that on Medium. Well, you're not guest posting on Medium because you created your own profile. It's your writing on Medium. Guest posting is on someone else's site that offers guest posting. So let me give you an example of one of my guest posts that I had. On the Goodman project, they offer guest posting, and I was able to write, improve your career by harnessing your inner writer. This is a guest post that I wrote for the Goodman project, and they were able to review it, and I wrote on it right here. So here it is. Once it's published, you get an author bio. So that's key because like something like Medium, your bio is on the side there. It may not promote your stuff, but with guest posting, I would definitely promote your paid writing. So it's way down here. There it is. So I put here is a former special education teacher and current mom of twins turned entrepreneur and freelance writer. I change my author bios all the time to appeal to the audience that's reading this. I want them to know that I am, a person. I'm not just a straight up marketer trying to market my stuff. I'm a real person. And then what I create, and then what I have, and then to learn more about me. In particular, I was building my brand. I wasn't trying to land a client this way, but again, this is how you can turn your hobby writing into paid writing. You're not ready to land clients. Share your experience. I shared that I was a mom to twins. I shared that I was a special education teacher. I shared the type of writing that I like to do. And then I linked to my blog. You can link to your Medium profile if you want, if you don't have a blog yet. It's just to get your name out there and people to know about you. Now you can share it on social media. I can share this post on Twitter or on Pinterest if I wanted to, looks like here, and Facebook. So there's lots of options to get your writing out there. So guest posting is sort of like that step after you shared your writing and you're okay and comfortable with sharing your writing. Maybe you're on a few publications on Medium and that you're learning about content writing and you're dabbling with that, and then you're a guest posting. And now you can start properly sharing your content all over social media. This might be a good time to get on social. So have a Twitter profile, have a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook page, at least so you can share your content onto those platforms as well on your pages. That's an option too, is to get yourself out there. That's important because if you want to get paid for your writing, you can't just live under a rock and just expect people to come to you, or you don't have any presence and you start pitching. You got to realize the person who reads your pitch wants to know more about you. I did a lot of guest posting, and I got denied one, but they ended up hiring me because They took the time to research who I was. And once they found out of where I was writing and all my blogs that I had and all the platforms and every social media profile, because you can find my name everywhere, they thought, wow, she is prolific. Let's hire her. You're going to build that writer platform. That's what I teach in Write Your Way to First 1K, is that writer platform that will sustain you. I started my writer platform in 2014. It's no wonder why I have built such a big platform. So you can start at any time. It will take time to build that platform. But that's what I mean. When you start turning your hobby writing into paid writing, you need to be everywhere. And if you're afraid of that, go slow. Start with Twitter or start with Facebook and just use that. I honestly believe Twitter and LinkedIn are the two main social profiles that you should have, and that's where you can gain work. LinkedIn for sure. In Twitter, if you do some networking and you follow the right people, you can definitely land work. I've done on both of those, but LinkedIn more so than Twitter for sure. Facebook, very rare, but when I do, oh man, I make the most money with that type of content. So there's pluses and minuses to being on social media, but I think it's a good way to think about your writing in terms of wanting to get paid for it. Because I know there's so many people that have writing skills and they love writing, but they don't know how to turn that into paid writing. How do you get paid for your writing? Well, you need to demonstrate that online with, like I said, a writer platform. Write Your Way to Your First 1K, my premium course, teaches you that structure, how to build it in a way so that it is long lasting and it generates income for you. My strategy is not to cold pitch constantly on LinkedIn or to hustle constantly for those copywriting projects. No, I don't have time for that. My strategy in Write Your Way to First 1K is to build something so that people come to you. And it's always worked for me. Of course, I do teach how to find those clients. I do teach you to hustle hard, but you don't have to do it. After a while, you definitely don't have to do it. That's guest posting. You can research your topic or niche plus guest post or plus write for us to find it. So any topic, Bitcoin, gun safety, kittens, gardening, whatever you want, cactus growing or whatever, clothes, beauty, makeup, plus guest post or plus write for us, and you will find something for sure. All right. And then you can read those guidelines, look and see, is it really a guest posting site? Do you see an author bio? If you don't see an author bio, don't guest post. If they ask for money to guest post, don't pay. Don't do any of that. You need to see like a legit site. So like the Goodman Project is a legit site. I own one called Freelancer FAQs. Let me just show you real quick. This is a legit guest posting site. I have people that you can see here, right here. When you see something like this, you know that it is a guest posting. Look at all these different people that come. I also guest post a lot here too, but they're all here, featured here. If you go to one, you can see right here, you can even click on the name, you can read her author bio, and you can look at all the content that she provided, which is just this one blog post. But I have some people that have provided 2 or 3 or more blog posts for this site. But you can see right here, if someone read this, if Camilla shared this on Twitter, they went to it, they read her bio, they have a link to her freelance writing website and her blog, beautiful. She can land client work easily that way. That's the beauty of guest posting. But like I said, if you aren't there yet, you do not have the skills yet or the tools yet, you can still guest post to get your name out there for sure. Make sure though, if you need those skills or tools, to enroll in my free course, Get Paid to Write. It is a 6-day email course. Super easy to take. You get a lesson each day. You might get a video too, like this, where I'm teaching you something, giving you some tips, and I give you the tools, everything that you need, so you can land that first client. But I think this, what I'm teaching you right now, this hobby writing to paid writing, is a good primer, I believe. It's just something to get you ready. I even have like a masterclass too, with more of the mindset and more tips on how to get ready for paid writing. But this is sort of just like the pre of the pre. The prereq or the prereq kind of thing. I just really want you to get sort of like those actual tangible things you can do to move your writing into paid writing. Guest posting definitely is a good strategy to start doing. It's a big part in my challenge, Book Clients in 30 Days challenge, that is just for Write Your Way to First 1K students that I host at least twice a year. Sometimes other students take over, which one has. It's there. The challenge is there, and it really focuses on building sort of that network with guest posting. I had mentioned getting on social, so that's another step that you can take. I suggest Twitter and LinkedIn. If you just want to do one, consider LinkedIn, consider Twitter, or consider Facebook. and just work your way up that way. But I do suggest that you get your name out there. You can use a pen name, but again, I mean, I don't know, when I hire writers, I want to know who they are. Like, I want to see a picture of them. I want to know their name. Like, I want to know all that. I don't want to bill to some company name, or I don't see a picture, just an avatar and like a name that could be a pen name. I want to know this person. It gives me peace of mind, and it gives the other people peace of mind. And so the people that hire writers, they want to know that they're a real person that is doing the writing for them. It's in the best interest for you to have a headshot of you or some aspect of you. It could be a profile of you, like on the computer. So it's not your full face, but at least I feel like I'm treading lightly here because I don't want to offend anyone, but I honestly feel like you need to have your face as your brand. Innovative Ink is my brand, and I show my face on that. And so it's something where you're telling people like, look, I'm a real person. I am welcoming you, kind of thing. And this really helps with conversions when you can welcome someone with a nice headshot here, right? So that's important. And with social, you can direct them eventually to your writer website, which I also, teach how to do that too. So I have all the tools to help you get started for sure. But it's not necessary in the beginning. To turn your hobby writing into paid writing, you don't have to have a writer website right away. It's just there in the future to think about. And then lastly, to really make this a go is to start pitching. I do have a video on how to write your pitch, so you can check that one out after this one so you can sort of get a template of what to say, but it's getting out there. It's either going to job boards or it's going through finding companies that you like and you want to reach out and network with them on LinkedIn. It's things like that. It's called cold pitching. I do have some cold pitching tactics, so I have a video on that as well. So there's lots there that you can try, but it's forming that pitching process and actually doing it. And by then you will have the building blocks in place so that your writing is content writing, that you have a presence online, that you're on social, that you have some guest spots that shows potential clients that you're out there, that you're not just a blogger, that you actually are a legit freelance writer. So those are the steps I would take, definitely. And then I would also enroll in my free course, Get Paid to Write. And if you really need that extra help, I do have a nice video, an hour-long video, freelance prep masterclass that is awesome. So many people have gone through it and they just love the information there. I really talk to you legit information on what you need to know, like what the expectation is. How do you get paid? How much do you get paid? What's the progress of a freelance writer from one client to a full list of clients? Or do you need a full list? Like, I go through it all. I give you all the social marketing tips and even how to source topics, lots of stuff in that, just in that 1 hour video. So make sure if you enroll in my course, you'll get prompted to see that masterclass. And I would definitely take that for sure. Just to get you need the proper tools. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tell me in the comments below, are you a hobby writer or do you want to get paid to write? Let me know. I'll see you in the next video.